want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Give double honors to the elders and rule well. Say honors and shalom to all the brothers out there doing the work in truth and sincerity. All right, we are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here week in and week out to let our people, the Negro, Latino, and Native American, know who they are according to the Bible. We are the Israelites. As well as let everybody else know that the so-called white man is known as the devil and the Edomite in the Bible. And America is biblically known as Babylon the Great and will soon be destroyed. Okay?
That's right.
By thermonuclear fire. All right? We're in a time of that utter destruction. Is coming up. It's on the cusp, right? Go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
That's right. So Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Christ, said out of his own mouth, think not that I have come to send peace on the earth. So all you people have an issue with your thought process. All of you think that Christ is coming to send peace. The scriptures blatantly say, think not that I have come to send peace. So with Christ's second coming, is coming war and is coming death in troves. Go ahead.
I came not to send peace, but a sword.
So Yahweh Shai, again, who the world ignorantly calls Christ, came to send a sword across this earth. Destruction across this earth. War across this earth. Read.
Verse 35, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father.
That's right. The Lord said he's coming to set a man at variance against his father. Read.
And the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
Go ahead.
Verse 36, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
So a man's foes, a man's enemies, shall be they of his own household. So you got to watch your back on the motherfucker sleeping in the room next to you. That's what Yahweh Shai said. Yahweh Shai said he's coming to take a house and divide it in half. And have everybody in that house fighting amongst each other. So you can go in a micro level and take a look at any individual household and observe that, or you can zoom out and take a look at the national level and take a look at these nations, which are figuratively houses, and they are divided, right? Where you at?
I just go to a precept just to, it basically reiterates the same. Chapter 12, verse 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth.
So Yahweh Shai said it again. Suppose ye, and guess what? The majority of these people walking down the street, that's what they suppose, right, Ray?
I tell you, nay, but rather division.
He said, yea, rather division. I'm coming to send a division in this place. I'm coming to have people fighting one another, right? That's why in Ezra it says there should be sedition amongst men and invading one another, man. Okay? Right. That's what we're going to have happen. When a nigga kick your door and he's invading you. So it's not just an invasion on a global scale. We're talking about invasion on the most, the smallest scales imaginable. From the small all the way up, Yahweh Shai is coming to send that division, to send the sword amongst the earth. Right?
Like the brother said, on the inside of things, on the internal part of it, within your own household, and also, outside. Because what is America? That's that place where everything kind of comes together, that big melting pot. So when the Lord comes back, man, he's going to set that division. And when he restores that order, everybody's going to have their own land, and everybody's not going to be mixing and mingling like they are now. This is, Daniel chapter 11, verse 4. How when he shall stand up, his kingdom shall be broken, and how and should be divided toward the four winds of heaven.
Exactly. So the kingdom shall be divided, right? Go ahead.
It says, and not to his posterity.
And not to his posterity. So when your kingdom is divided, it is not to your posterity. It is not for your benefit. It is nothing positive about your kingdom being divided. Read.
Nor according to his dominion which he ruled, for his kingdom shall be plucked up, even for others besides those.
Exactly. So when your kingdom starts seeing division, it's never good. And what's going to happen is your kingdom is getting ready to get plucked up. Okay? And that's what we're getting ready to happen in America. Again, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Christ, said he's coming to send a division. So as we get closer and closer to coming, we see more and more division start to break out in all of these various countries, especially here in America. So it's never good when you start seeing a country divided. And this country is divided on all fronts. You got some people that are holding fast to the old morals. Some people don't want to see faggots and dykes running around the streets, transvestites. Some people have an issue with raising children gender neutral. Some people have an issue with you building statues to Baphomet in public places. People have issues with that and they're holding on to their morals. But then you got some people that are all with that. And what that does is cause division. And with that division, these people each on each side believe so firmly in their beliefs that they're getting ready to clash with one another. And what that happens is when you have those internal conflicts, your kingdom becomes weak, and it becomes very easy for somebody from outside of that kingdom to come invade it and conquer it, because y'all are too busy killing each other. All the nigga from the outside got to do is come in and pick up the scraps.
This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 26. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?
So when a kingdom is divided against itself, it shall not stand. And we see America is clearly divided. Okay? And America ain't the only place on the earth that's divided. There are countless countries all throughout the earth that's divided. And why is that? Because who the world calls Christ said what he is coming to set division. So again, as the time of his return draws nigher and nigher, we're going to see more and more division on the planet Earth. So all the kingdoms on the earth right now have no chance of standing, let's say, who the world entity calls Christ. Okay? Give me skip to verse 25 or jump back to verse 25. Because what he's doing is he's pronouncing judgment on all this place, and he's foretelling us what's getting ready to happen to the power structure that's implemented on the earth now. Right? But he also telling us something else. Go to verse 25.
Matthew 12 and 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And now again, America, you got your rightists, you got your leftists. The Democrats, your Republicans, your Tea Parties. You got your fundamentalists. You got your Bible Belt Christians. You got your conservatives. You got your liberals. You got all that crap, right? You got all them ways that people are divided, right? All these various ways that people are divided. Now, so it's clear that this place is going to come to desolation based off of the words of Christ alone, based off the words of Yahushua alone. Right? Again, we know America's getting ready to go to hell down, man, okay? That's obvious. All right, it's clearly divided against itself, and it cannot stand, right? As Yahushua said. But before America is going to suffer its fate, we can go back in ancient times and take a look at ancient kingdoms and places that suffered the same fate. And what's the number one example of an ancient kingdom or ancient nation that suffered the fate of falling due to division? Israel. Israel is the number one example of that. Because you had those of us that wanted to follow Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and you had those of us that wanted to follow the heathen. And that caused to our utter desolation. You got that? 47 and 21.
Sirach chapter 47 verse 21. So the kingdom was divided.
So the kingdom was divided. What is that kingdom being divided talking about? When you have the northern and the southern kingdom divided. When you had Jeroboam come on the throne in the north and Rehoboam come on the throne in the south. Right, Rig?
And out of Ephraim ruled a rebellious kingdom.
Out of Ephraim ruled a rebellious kingdom, because the northern kingdom was a rebellious kingdom. Who did they rebel against? The Most High God. What is rebellion as? The sin of witchcraft. And what were they doing up in the north? They were practicing witchcraft. They were practicing idolatry. They were sacrificing their children to all types of abominable idols. That's what they were doing up north. So that was a division within Israel. Because you had Israel, and said, well, the northern kingdom, they wicked, and we trying to serve the Most High down here in the south. And then you had certain of the northern kingdom that weren't even down with it, and they used to resort to the south to come worship with us in righteousness. You understand what I'm saying? So our kingdom was divided, and the Most High gave us chance after chance after chance, and we kept being rebellious, and we kept further dividing ourselves. So the Most High ultimately did what? Brought that desolation.
Lamentations chapter 4 verse 16. The anger of the Lord has divided them.
That's right. The anger of the Lord has divided us, because division leads to what? Desolation. So the anger of the Most High had divided us as a nation because we was being so wicked. Because some of us was being so wicked that then he led to further division. And there was even more shit we was beefing and having divisions and disputes over. Go ahead.
He will no more regard them. They respected not the persons of the priests.
That's right. They respected not the persons of the priests. Right? They respected not the fact that the priest was trying to teach this knowledge. Just like now. We the priests of this time. And what's happening? They respect not our person. So what is the Lord going to do to the wicked, rebellious 2/3? He's going to burn their ass with fire, and rightfully so, because they respect not our person. Truth be told, we are the most honorable men in the area, right? Everybody should be coming here and paying homage and listening to the word, praising us, all of that. Well, not praising us in that sense, but commending us for doing the Lord's work. You understand what I'm saying? But what are they doing? They're walking by, they totally disregard us, they laugh at us, scorn. We just suspect we were just a joke to their ass. So this is the reason why we're in this predicament. Matter of fact, read that again from the top.
Amen. Especially to our own people.
That's right. especially to you Negroes, Latinos. Go ahead.
Lamentations 4:16, the anger of the Lord hath divided them.
The anger of the Lord hath divided us. The Lord was so upset at the wickedness and the pride and the arrogance of our people that he divided us even further. Read.
He will no more regard them. They respected not the persons of the priests.
So the Lord will not regard them. So when you see our people destroyed in the streets, the Lord is not regarding them because of their wickedness. This is all our punishment. Read.
Says they favored not the elders.
They favor not the elders that try to give them the wise words of advice. They favor not the priests that try to bring them back to the law, statutes, and commandments. Therefore, our people, the black and Hispanic people, are getting jacked up, man, for their wickedness and their damn rebellion against the Most High God. Right? We the only group of people we care about. That's why we're the group of people that's at the bottom right now. Because he chastened whom he loveth.
Amos chapter 7 verse 17. Therefore thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword.
That's right.
And thy
Go ahead.
And thy land shall be divided by line.
And our land shall be divided by line. Meaning the Lord is going to come snatch us up. He's going to snatch us up. He's going to cause our women to be whores. He's going to cause our children to die. And he's going to cause our country to be divided. Now who's over there in our land? You got some people, some damn identity thieves referring to themselves as Israelis. You got Palestinians. You got all these other idiots. Like when you go to Jerusalem, you got the Armenian quarter, the Christian quarter, the Islamic quarter, and the Jewish quarter. You have all these quarters. Our land has been divided by line. Our children have been killed. Our women have been being hoes out here, all because of what? Our people are being wicked. So that division leads to desolation. Division equals desolation. Always. When you have that division. Now some people say, well, yeah, Israel now we need to unite. We need to unite. No, we don't need to unite. We ain't been united and we ain't going to be united. The Lord is going to choose to pick his elect up. The elect ain't even going to be united with each other anymore. Okay? He's going to just unite us at the end. Because our people, it's part of the curses for us to be divided, and we're going to stay divided. That's just going to be it. You're going to have groups not getting along with each other and not liking each other. That's just how the damn story goes. Okay? Where you at? That was, oh, go ahead.
Lord's will, man, when that time starts to really draw, nearer and nearer, Lord's will, he separates, clearly separates the elect, the actual of the elect, from the 2/3.
That's right.
See what I'm saying? I mean, it's still going to be, little remnants amongst them, that still has a pure heart and still does his thing in truth and sincerity. But the scriptures actually talk about in that day he's going to come and really, separate himself. That's why it's not for us to come together and try to unite, because it's a bunch of wicked dudes out here.
Yeah, there's tares.
Right.
The sons of Belial, man. They all out and about, man. Give me Isaiah 1:5.
We don't want to have, because there's those certain men crept in unaware.
Yeah, that's right. Always.
What is this? You said Isaiah 1:5?
1:5.
It's Isaiah chapter 1 verse 5. Why should ye be stricken anymore? You will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint.
And this is what's wrong with fucking Jake, man. The whole head is sick. Meaning from the top of Jake, from the elites of Jake, from the rulers of Jake, from those who are supposed to be the princes of our people, the head is sick, man. Our people are sick. They got damn mad cow disease plaguing our people. That's what's wrong with us. That's why we out here looking stupid as all hell all the damn time. Okay? The whole head is sick. Read that again.
It's Isaiah chapter 1 verse 5. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more.
Exactly. You will revolt more and more. That's what our people do. Our people get jacked up for our wickedness and then revolt more and more. The Most High saying, why should y'all be stricken anymore? Why do I have to keep jacking y'all after all this shit I done did to y'all to show y'all wrong? Y'all want to keep doing wrong, revolt more and more, so I have to strike you and discipline you more and more. Go ahead.
That's what you people are.
A badass little
yeah,
kid.
Just like badass little kids. You look at them like they stupid. Like, you must be stupid. What does the scripture say? You're all dumb dogs, man.
That's right.
And that's
the
why
thing, like a dude,
like
these dudes who's always in prison. They in prison. They get out of prison, and then they go right back to prison. They constantly doing the same things that got them back put in prison. And that's Jake. And that's why Jake is always living that life. That's why the black and Hispanic man is always in and out of prison. It's indicative of us as a whole. We always in and out of prison. The Most High jacked us up for a while. we in Egypt, we get out of Egypt, boom. Then during the time of Judges, we was dealing with different captivities under the different Hamitic.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Boom. We go into Babylon. Boom. We come over here. Boom. Like, it's like no matter how much he jack us up and he show us mercy and grace, we do the same thing and get thrown right back in the can, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's why the Lord calls us stiff-necked people.
That's right.
We're stiff-necked, we're dumb dogs. I mean, we're pretty much every name in the book.
Yeah, that's right.
Concerning how, we act and how we can't take instruction or rebuke, man. And then the scriptures talk about that. You know what I'm saying? What does it say? It's not a wise thing to turn down rebuke or something, something to that degree. You see what I'm saying? Because the Lord knows how wicked and rebellious Jake is. Not only are we going to do the crime to get us punished again, but then we're going to try to justify ourselves. You see what I'm saying? And try to reject somebody trying to correct us. And that's pretty much how it goes down here. That's why we're always laughed at school. People always looking at us like we're weird, laughing at us like we're stupid, looking at us like we're dumb. You see what I'm saying? Because that's just how Jake is, man. We're trying to correct them to turn from their wicked ways that they've been partaking in for the longest, so that we can get up out of this captivity. But Jake likes it. Jake likes the can. You know what I'm saying?
Jake gets into the program. Yeah. He likes the program.
He likes that shit.
And he look at the outside world as different. Yeah. Jake don't know how to live in rulership, man. That's why we don't. Every time we get it, we don't do nothing good with it, man. We just end up right back in the same thing.
Jake is like what's the nigga named Brooks off of Shawshank.
Shawshank Redemption.
He gets in there and he's just so fucking comfortable. He's loving it, and he wants to stay. So when he get out, man, I want to do everything I can to fucking just
go back
in.
And that's Jake, man. That's the Black, Hispanic, and Native American, man.
Hey, he's institutionalized in every way.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We've been institutionalized since the ancient times.
Yeah.
And that's evidence. If we wasn't institutionalized, we wouldn't have went into Babylon, and then we wouldn't have came over here. We wouldn't have been under persecution of the Greeks and the Romans. None of that would have happened to us if we didn't like being institutionalized.
Right.
But that's what we into, because we're damn reprobate.
Right. Reprobate. That's that. I kept saying rebellious. I'm trying to figure out.
Let's take a look at the word reprobate. Reprobate. We always on probate. They put us back on probation because we're void of that judgment. Really, that's what it means. You're void of judgment. So you got to keep getting put on a level where you're being watched under scrutiny because you're void of judgment. So I got to take a look at you because you've done behavior showing that you're void of judgment. You do things that are against what you're supposed to do. And that's what our people are.
And you know what's funny? And how we always talk about how things are systematically set up for the downfall of Jake. Now you gotta understand the elites know the scriptures. The elites know how Jake is. That's why so it's like this, man. You commit a certain crime, you see what I'm saying? And let's say you're supposed to get 10 years for the crime. You were convicted for it, but then they'll say something like, oh, well, it was your first offense, your first violent offense. So we can't just give you the 10 years. We're going to give you 5 years probation because what? The first time you fuck up and violate, now I'm permitted to give you that 15, 20. You see what I'm saying? So that's what they do. It's all a systematic plan. We're going to either put you in jail for a little bit and then put you on probation because you are reprobate. You're prone to fuck up and to violate, so then you're going to end up right back, man. This is all a systematic plan for the downfall of Jake. And they know this. This is why they implemented this system. This trap, this pit. And it's really hard to get out of, man. It's really hard to get out of, man. And then it goes back, I was talking to my woman about this nature versus nurture thing. Sometimes you're naturally prone to be susceptible to things, but it's only because you've been nurtured that way. You've been exposed to it.
Put in that environment.
Yeah, you know how people say, like alcoholism. Like alcoholics run in my family. So if you can realize that, and you stay away from alcohol, then 9 times out of 10 you won't be addicted to alcohol or addicted to drugs because you have an addictive personality. You see what I'm saying? So therefore you have to stay away from those things. Therefore, because you already know Jake wants to do it. We're just prone to be, naturally kind of have this wicked zeal.
Zeal for wickedness.
A zeal for wickedness. So you gotta stay away from it, man. You gotta stay away from these things. And the more we can get our people to stay away from these things, man, the better off we'll be. You know what I'm saying? The closer the Lord will be to coming back and delivering us out of this place. See what I'm saying? That's what the scriptures say. You have to abstain from wickedness and to be sanctified, which is separate. You got to separate yourself from it. You know, that's another thing the Lord is coming to do. Hey man, that's another part of that division that the Lord is coming to do, man. Because once you come back into the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you don't fuck with the same niggas that you used to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? And then guess what? They look at you weird. You know? That's that division. Hey, you don't even fuck with niggas in your own household, man. You know? I mean, like, I don't even really fuck with my mom like that. And that's my mom. But I mean, I fuck with her to a certain extent because she's my mom.
Right.
There's division there. Don't fuck with my sister at all.
That's right.
There's division there. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that happen in your household.
Because the people within your own household is the ones that have the most access to do you the dirtiest.
Right.
Somebody who you never met before can't do you as dirty as somebody who has known you your whole life.
Right.
You know, that person can really do you dirty, can really hit you where it hurts. All of that. And the time is gonna come. The time is gonna come, man, when martial law gets instituted and these people, these American citizens, are gonna start giving up their fellow American citizens, their family members, their best friends, sometimes even their significant others. And people's families, hey, some brothers might be in the truth, their families is gonna try to sell them out, man, because they know they're in the truth. You know, that movie Image of the Beast, which I did the video on, basically that, you know, it showed it how the lady's neighbors, her close friends, the fact that she didn't want to take the mark of the beast and she didn't want to denounce the Most High, they ratted her out and you know, they brought her to that guillotine, man.
That's what that video was.
Yeah,
I remember
exactly,
that.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what movie that was.
Yeah, it's called Image of the Beast, man. I had to search it. I remember I was watching this.
It's on Netflix?
Nah, you gotta search hard.
Gotcha.
You gotta search long and hard.
I was thinking about it. You know, in every part of the Bible, everybody's got their own, you know, version of who Jesus is, what going on, everything. I'm sure even on Mars, they probably think he's an alien. You know,
On Mars?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you he don't look like this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I'm gonna tell you he hated white people. Jesus Christ hated white people. Did you know that? You ever heard of Pontius Pilate before?
Yeah.
You know he hated white people so much he wouldn't even speak to Pontius Pilate. You know that? He wouldn't even speak to Herod. Really, he spoke to Pontius, but he only said a few words.
He didn't like that.
Why? If Yahushua like Edomite so much, why when Herod talked to him, he just look at him? Like, nigga, first off, think about the mindset that Yahushua had to be in when he got brought before Herod. First off, nigga, you sitting in my seat. That's the first thing. That's my seat. That's not your seat. I was made to be in that seat. I reigned on that seat previously. My forefathers reigned. That's my seat. The things that I want to say to you will probably mess you up so bad. I want to kill you right now. You know?
That's right.
That's why Yahushua is the ultimate example of patience.
I was just about to say patience, man. We're talking about tremendous amount of patience.
And look, this is the Most High is so crazy. The Most High said, look, just like he said, look, I can have these legions come down to angels right now if I want to. The Most High said, look, listen, you can have them legions of angels come down if you want to, but this is what you're supposed to do. So are you going to do what you're supposed to do? Or are you going, I'm going to call the angels down here, but we just going to take this shit right now.
Take it right now, yeah.
Because, I mean, technically, the option was there, you know? Right. The option was in his mind. But, you know, really, the Most High does that to purge you and to try you, man. Even Yahushua was tried. Right. The world calls Christ was tried. Right.
Numerous
times. We all
times.
are tried. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we all are tried. Because we know we can go back into the world. It's easy in the world, you know what I'm saying? But we being tried by walking this walk through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Go ahead.
Right, that's what I was just saying, man. Like, you know, we're really prone, you know, to just really do wickedness, man. And it's like this brother just said, we're tried, man, and that's that fire. You know what I mean? That's an affliction that we go through, you know, and when we overcome it, you know, that's our purification. Like the brother said, he wanted to purge those things out of the world, man.
Yeah. Just like, let's take a hypothetical situation, right? This would be hard for any man on the earth, any heterosexual man on the earth to turn down. Let's say two women come at you. We want to have a relationship with you. Blah, blah. You know how hard it is for a man to turn that down? That's a trial right there, going through something like that. That's a trial. You gotta say no under all circumstances to a situation like that, you know? Because that's wicked. That's wicked. That's a wicked situation. But things like that, man, especially because Jake's number one problem is, you know, that department. Jake's number one problem is that box, man. That's Jake's number one weakness on the earth, you know? We all do things we ain't supposed to do sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Probably over some box, right? But let two bras come at you, man. Two fine ass women, man. You know? And you gotta say no. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say, I mean, you can say yes. You just wicked as all hell if you say you are a fucking wicked, damn wicked, debaucherous, abominable freak, man.
Debaucherous.
That's debauchery. That's all manners of debauchery. You literally is partaking in daiquiri, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
And you're encouraging it.
and you encouraging it. Which one
Is
is
that a J?
on the bike?
Right here. It's covered.
Yep. That's a goddamn nigga woman. You see this shit? You look at the nigga woman. But you know why the nigga woman goes? Just like the nigga man, okay? They run over behind Esau, whether it be the nigga woman or the nigga man, because they think it's easy to shoot to Esau. Okay? And that's another way of taking the easy way out. It's easy if two broads approach you, trying to throw you to listen, we want to have a threesome. Man, every nigga think that's his fantasy growing up, right? That's easy for you to say yes to that situation. It's easy to say yes to that pussy, right? It's hard to sit there and literally mortify your members and say, you know what? No. Fuck no. I'm not fucking with y'all.
You know what that is?
Go ahead.
You know what that takes to do that?
What?
Strength.
Strength.
It takes
Much
strength to do that.
Much strength.
The same thing that I say about women. Bitch, it's easy for you to just sit up here and run your motherfucking mouth and talk all of this shit. That don't make you
Because
strong.
that's the first thing that comes to your mind.
Exactly. That's your desire. Those are your desires and wants. It's hard for you to just sit up here and hold your tongue when you know you have something to say and when you know you want to say something, but you don't. But you don't. It takes strength for you to sit up here and watch your man deal with another woman, okay, and understand that it's lawful, and to shut your mouth and don't say nothing about it.
That's right.
All right, and guess what? And to a real one, and to still take care of your business, handle your business around the house, do the things you need to do, okay, that you're obligated to do, and guess what? Still give your man love and the attention that he needs when he comes to give you your duking of it. That's strength, and that's a real one. Get a real one in your life. All right, that's strength. Just because you got to wake up, take care of the kids, and go work every day. I mean, you know, that's the way of the world. Everybody does that. You're not doing anything different than anybody else. So what make that? Man, I was sitting there talking to my woman about that the other day too. She tried to tell me something about her friend's grandma. Her friend's grandma made a comment about something, and then was like, "Well, yeah, she's been through a lot." What the? Why the fuck everybody want to use that as an excuse? You go through the same shit that millions of us. Yeah, everybody goes through.
I go to any black household, and everybody's going through the same thing as the next one.
That's right.
You got roaches, we got roaches, we all got
No,
roaches.
but I'm talking about personal issues.
Nah, I get
Maybe
it.
a man that did you quote unquote wrong or whatever. So you bring that up as an excuse, you know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing that everybody else is going through. So why do you try to keep bringing that up like you're just exclusive? You see what I'm saying? Why do you bring that up? Why don't you go and do something that not everybody else is going through right now? If you try to say something about cancer, oh, you don't fucking say anything about cancer. How fucking dare you? My grandmother got. Everybody gets. Some dude came into my.
Especially these white people, all of them get cancer, man. They all get melanoma, man.
That's what I'm saying. Some dude came up to my door the other day trying to collect donations. Told me 14 million people get diagnosed with cancer a year. 60% of them die. So that's a lot of motherfuckers. That's not a rare deal there. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole lot of motherfuckers. Come on now. Let's be real. She said something about rape. I can't fucking believe you just said something.
Sister now.
My grandmother was raped. Or
Main thing, guy was raped.
Yeah, yeah.
Motherfucker, it's millions of cases of rape out here.
That's right. In the majority, think about this.
Think about the ones that ain't even being reported.
Because the majority of them don't get reported.
Right.
So the majority of rape cases ain't get reported, and it's millions of rape cases. Think about all of it. That it's not just you.
It's a real common thing out here.
Let's talk about slavery, though.
That's right.
Let's talk about slavery. See, but Esau will cry to you about cancer and rape, but as soon as you get crying to go see slavery, which his ass ain't go through.
That's through the spirit. That's through the spirit. That's exactly what I said to my woman. I said, if people want to sit up here, that's a tall. That's that a nigga? Is that a dude? Got the camera on a 6'9" nigga bitch. Wow. The shoulders on that dude. But look. It's this fucking nigga. It's a faggot right here. Clearly a fucking faggot ass homosexual. Where?
Hey, right when he turned his head, I got it on cam. Right when you said look at the shoulders on that man right there, his head and his attention went full-fledged over there.
That's a spirit of so-called white man right there, man. A fucking faggot, alright?
Gay.
But like I said, if these people want to bring up this common case, then that means that black people have a right to keep bringing up, oh, well, what about the shit that we go through? We went through slavery. Segregation.
Water holes.
Prejudiceness. You know?
Racial profiling. You can't complain about it. You
Lynching.
can't tell us not to complain about something that you didn't go through. That's period. If you ain't been there, you can't say nothing.
If I can say something, it's like everybody feels like what I've heard is everybody's been in slavery. Everybody's been in slavery. You can't prove that.
You can't prove it, and nobody's been in the type of slavery that we've been in.
I'm gonna say, but it's different type of slavery, dude. Like the way
they'll try to compare serfdom to slavery.
That's what I'm saying. And like when they bring us the Holocaust. Me and this brothers went into so much shit about the Holocaust, about how it was actually just. It was a pretty just town. They had movies. They had They had the same lifestyle we have now.
Them damn Jews was living good in the Holocaust.
They was living good.
In the ghetto.
Yeah.
They was living good. They was living better than they was living beforehand.
They was taken care of.
That's right, because beforehand the motherfuckers was sick. You know what I'm saying? They had all type of diseases and shit. These motherfuckers come, cure you. See the thing? This is the type of shit that they're trying to tell us that happened to us, man.
Yeah.
We rescued you guys. But when somebody literally comes and rescues you, now it's not the same.
Now they divided. Oh my God.
We've been murdered.
That's what we was talking about earlier.
Falls down in front of them.
That's the type of shit that we saying, man. These heathens, man, are just sick people. They don't have no type of balance, man. You know what I mean? They can dish it, but they can't take it. Isaiah chapter 1 verse 5. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more.
Exactly. So the Lord comes and disciplines us, and then we revolt more and more, and then we call for more discipline. Go ahead.
The whole head is sick.
The whole head is sick. Okay, if your head is sick, man, you get ready to croak,
You're
man.
reading
Go
from the
ahead.
Bible.
And the whole heart faint.
And the whole heart faint, man. Okay, and that is indicative of the body in which our people are of Israel. Okay, the head is sick and the heart is faint. We're getting ready to get the damn ghost stuff because see the whole thing that sparked this is, look, last week
Hello?
you read a scripture and the word invisible showed up, but you accidentally said indivisible. So then I started thinking about the word indivisible. Then I remember that in the Pledge of Allegiance, one nation, indivisible, under God. You see what I'm saying? Boom. Well, wait a minute. This place is indivisible. I mean, this place is divisible. This place is divided. Then I think about the word individual, right? Because every person is an individual, right? So if every person is an individual, you can't be divided against yourself, you know? Which then this proves that you can't be mixed or you can't be half anything because you're an individual. You're one. You can't be nothing else but one thing. Right? You see what I'm saying? Which is showing you that this is how countries are supposed to function.
Which means you
as one.
live under God.
Yeah, we live under God, definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely.
Higher power.
Definitely.
For sure.
Yeah, what about you?
What about me?
What do you live under? You live under God? You believe in God?
Oh, definitely. I believe in a higher power.
You know what? Let's read from Psalms. Matter of fact, hold that. Give me Psalms 137. I want to read out a song. Psalms is inspirational, ain't it? It's good. You like reading Psalms?
I grew up Catholic.
You
so-
grew up Catholic. I'm gonna show you one of my favorite songs. And I really hope.
Maybe it could touch you.
The Bible, I really respect it. However, Psalms is,
Your
at
favorite
my
part?
point, the truest part of the Bible.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you.
Psalms 1 chapter 137 verse 7.
Uh-huh.
Remember, O
Hold on,
Lord.
hold on. One second. Hold on, if you could please just back up a little bit because we're recording this, so I don't want you to be in the shot. That's all. But go ahead.
Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom.
You know what the children of Edom are? See, everybody on the earth
Part
got.
of Abraham's children?
Well, yeah, they were one of Abraham's children, but everybody on the earth got a biblical identity, right?
Yeah.
All these different nations, people got a million different names now, but it all goes back to certain countries in the Bible. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Now, the Edomites happen to be the original Caucasian people, the original white people were the Edomites. Okay, go ahead.
See, I don't delve into race.
I feel you. Well, we do because it's real. You can't deny it. It's out here. Racism is real. So it's just the reality of things. But I want to show you something about what this particular psalm says. Go ahead.
It says, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Go ahead.
O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed.
Start talking about this daughter of Babylon, right? Read.
Happy shall he be that rewarded thee, as thou hast served us.
Okay, so it's telling us that happy are some group of people going to be when they reward the Edomites for what they did to them, right? Go ahead.
Happy
You
shall
are
he
the
be.
Edomites in your opinion?
No, definitely. I'm the Israelites, not the Edomites. Like I just told you, the Edomites are Caucasian white people, right? Read.
Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone.
So the Lord said,
No.
happy are we going to be when we taketh and dasheth the little Edomites against the stone. This is Psalms.
Do you know that children used to be stoned because they disrespect their parents?
Do you know that children, only about 50 to 60 years ago, black children used to get fed to alligators by white people?
Yes.
Okay, so the Bible is telling us, happy are we going to be when we get to get our revenge on that. That's what that verse is telling us.
It's not about revenge.
It is about, matter of fact, give me Revelation 13. It's about revenge. Revenge belongs to the Lord, right? That's why we ain't be able to get our revenge.
See, I believe
But the
that.
Lord is going to use us to get our revenge. Listen, your beliefs are cool, but we want to just go by.
26,
No. Don't worry about that. Go to Revelation 13. It's totally up to you. It's a free country,
I
You
grew
came up,
up
asked a question,
from
so.
the age like kindergarten on Catholic school.
You went to Catholic school?
Yes.
I went to Catholic school one year.
This is Revelation chapter 13 verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into
So
captivity.
did white people lead black people into captivity?
Oh, that's you guys are segregated.
Did that happen? Of course we are. Of course we are. Segregation was a great time period for black people. We have
Oh, yes.
thriving communities during segregation. We haven't had
Dividing
one
the North
since.
and the South. Have you guys ever seen 12 Years a Slave?
Of course we've seen 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah.
That's our history.
The hardest movie I've ever watched.
The hardest movie you ever watched?
Yes.
Did they
You
lead,
you
did
should
they
go
lead
watch
Solomon?
Goodbye Uncle Tom. You ever heard that? That's a real depiction of slavery.
Did they lead Solomon Norfolk in 12 Years a Slave into captivity? Wasn't he a free man?
He was a free
And
man
what
in the
happened? What did they
North.
do to him?
They
took him into
captivity.
they took him in
They
captivity.
took him away from his family.
So isn't it right for those people who did that to then go into captivity? What
I-
goes around comes around?
I agree that people like that.
Let me ask you something. What's your last name if you don't mind me asking?
Snyder.
Snyder? What's that? That's what, England? That's English? Now, where is
Can
that
I
from?
explain?
Well, go ahead.
I'm actually Russian.
Oh, you're Russian? Okay.
I'm
Well, I'll give it
Russian.
to you. If you're Russian, you didn't have no slaves. So I'll give you that. That's
Can
good.
I explain?
No, go ahead.
Second generation Russian. When I came over here, the
Made you change
customs
your name?
agents couldn't pronounce my Russian name.
Because it's different letter. Yeah.
So they said,
They
what do
gave
you
you some
do for a
bullshit.
living? My grandpa was a shoemaker. So they said, Snyder equals shoe.
Okay, yeah, shoemaker.
Yeah.
Snyder or Schumacher.
Schumacher.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'll give you that. That's good. At least you're Russian. Russians. Why
I'm
did y'all come
half
to America
Russian,
though?
half Italian.
What's your dad?
My dad is Italian.
Your dad is Italian. Okay. So look, you really Italian. Okay.
I'm literally 50%.
This is what I'm saying though.
50%
Basically,
Russian.
like, okay, when we were talking about biblical nationality and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, when you go into the Bible, you can't be like half something. Like you are
It's
what
like
your
you
father is, basically. You see what I'm saying? Who your father, what you are. So that's why I'm saying you're Italian because your pops is Italian. Which Italians didn't have slaves either, so I'll give you that. You know what I'm saying? What part of Italy do you know?
Sicily.
Sicily? I knew she was going to say Sicily. You know about the history of Sicily?
Yes, I do.
You know about the Moors?
I know that Sicily is a very hardcore part of Italy.
You know why that is? Because a lot of black people from Africa came over the Mediterranean and conquered Sicily. And they took all the little white girls and they.
I don't even.
But listen.
Guess
It's
race.
yeah, but here's what I'm telling you. This is what sets the Sicilians apart from the rest of Europe. That's why people, Sicilians got a certain stigma on them because of the history of Sicily and the fact that the Sicilians were mingling so much with the Moors, with black people. You see what I'm saying? That's why Sicilians are often darker in color, have a different texture of hair than other Europeans. You see what I'm saying? This is because of generations of mingling
It's just
with
like
black people.
I've never even thought twice about race.
That's good, but we live in a world where that's a big deal. You
So
see
when
what
you
I'm
look
saying?
at me, what do you see?
I see a human being.
So you don't see the fact that I'm black.
No.
So
Do you
you
see
don't-
the fact that I'm white?
Yes, but you know why? Because you are. I would expect you to see that I am black because that is what I am. If you're
I
not
expect the
seeing
fact
that,
that
then
you
you're not
are a
seeing me.
human being that's equal to everyone else.
Sonya, please don't stand on our side.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. I know it's
But
probably hard to
do you understand that? Like, it's like this. Hypothetically, right? If we were dating and you did something to your hair to try to impress me, and I come in the house and I don't notice that, you'd be mad at me. Why? Because I don't see you for who you are for doing something to your hair and trying to give off this type of impression. I give off the impression that I'm a black man, so I would expect you to see that.
Right.
When you tell me you don't see it, that means you're not seeing me.
Under a certain skin color.
Say it again.
You're classifying yourself under a skin color.
But because I am a certain skin color, and some people aren't.
I'm certain skin color. I'm white.
Well, you're not white. Hold
I'm
on. Nobody's white, but you would be what they consider white. But yeah, so I understand what you're saying, but I mean, that's an opinion. Like I said, we living in a world where that's a big deal, and it's always has been a big deal.
It's a big deal if you make
So
it
would
a
you
big
would you
deal.
want me to look at you? Would you want me to look at you as just a human being? You don't
As
want
a
me,
human being.
well, what I'm saying is you don't want me to look at you as the fact that you're.
human being.
What I'm saying, you don't want me to look at you like you're a female, you're a
You're
petite
a male. I'm a
female.
female.
So that's what I'm saying. There's
So
different
you're
factors.
classifying me in.
There's different factors
White
to being a
female.
human being. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna just look at you like you're a human being. That's just what.
That's just one
you know,
fiber.
yeah,
That's
you know
one
what I'm saying?
classification.
Well, you have organs, you have life. That's it.
Yeah.
No,
That's
there's
like
more.
any other human being in the
But
world.
see, you would want me to degrade myself and take away the
Huh.
beautiful qualities
Wait,
that I have.
how may I ask
To
you
just
degrade
yeah,
yourself?
just to put me into a category of being a human being. I'm not gonna degrade
I'm gonna tell you why
myself
people
that
say
way.
that. Because the number one thing you have to be, you have to have a knowledge of self. You have to understand where you come from. You have to understand your culture, your heritage, and things like that. And you have to kind of take pride in that. You see what I'm saying?
I
So
take
that's why
pride
we
that I'm
honor that.
Italian Russian.
Okay,
yes.
so boom, there you go. See, so it's
However,
it's
I don't
you're a
think that
nationalist.
Italians and Russians and whites and whatever are any better than any other human being in the world.
Oh yeah, I mean that's your opinion.
That's a
But at the same time, when I look at you, you would expect me to see you for who you are, which
As an
is
Italian,
being
Russian
an Italian, Russian, or of Caucasian descent.
See, when I look at you, I see you as a human being. I see you as a human
So you
being.
don't see that I'm
I see you
black.
all as equal. No.
of Eastern descent.
No, I mean, you can say you
I
see
don't
us as
see
equal.
colors.
Okay, I understand. Like, we understand what you're saying, but again, you got to remember, man, an opinion is like an asshole, man. Everybody
Yeah.
got one. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you say that, okay, boom, I can mess with you on that, but the next motherfucker don't think that. You see what I'm saying? And we dealing in a world where the majority of people don't think like you in that aspect.
You pick what opinions you want to listen
No,
to.
majority
no.
rules.
I don't agree with segregation at all.
Okay, I'm with you,
But you believe in the Bible, don't you?
I'm gonna tell you
Believe in
I'm gonna
segregation?
tell you the reason why you don't believe in segregation, right? Because white people don't benefit from segregation. Only black people benefit from segregation.
Well, it's not true.
Yes, it is true.
No,
Do you
it's
know that before integration occurred, that was the only time where black communities were really strong. We had thriving businesses and things of that nature. That was the only time period where that
Do you know
happened.
there
It
was
wasn't until
half the
integration
country
occurred.
that really wanted people to be respected for who they are, not as their color.
That's not
of
true.
skin.
That's not true.
That is
Let me
very
tell you
true.
something. You second generation. So what they did was they gave you some bullshit. I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you. That's not what happened. What happened was the people in the North wanted every single person on the in America to be a slave.
Yeah.
And
Have
that's
you
what
watched
happened.
12 Years Slave?
I've seen 12 Years
That
a
was the
Slave.
hardest movie for me to watch.
Listen, like I said, you should watch Goodbye Uncle Tom. That's way harder. That's way harder, and it's older and it's more accurate. And it's showing what happened to the Indians and showing what happened to everybody. But what I'm gonna tell you is this again. The whole thing is the North, the North versus South, the Civil War. The
They
North
stole
wanted
people from the North that were free.
Listen, but the North wanted everybody to be slaves. Now, white people, Asian people, everybody is a slave now because we all have what? Social Security number. You got a Social Security number, you are a slave. That's what you're doing. You are working in slavery if you got a Social Security number. You see what I'm saying? So they brought that in. They implemented that to enslave everybody. Because about the Emancipation Proclamation. You know about that, right? The word emancipate means to transfer ownership. It doesn't mean to free anybody. So all that happened was the plantations were no longer owners of the blacks. The state became owners of the blacks. That's why, look, if you, let's say you have a mom that mistreats you, right? It's not a fit parent. What's going to happen? They're going to take you and you're going to become a ward of the state. The only reason they could do that is when your mom signs your birth certificate, she's signing your life away to the state, meaning you're their property the whole
I
time.
emancipated myself because I felt like I could.
Yeah, because you left the jurisdiction of your house to the jurisdiction of the state. You became an adult now. You see what I'm saying? So that you don't really become free. You just basically somebody higher up in the food chain is up over you now.
In my opinion, color and skin doesn't matter. I understand
You
how.
ever been to jail before?
Yes.
You know, if you go to jail, what happens in jail? Everything is racially segregated in jail.
Yeah.
So
I've
this
been
is-
in a jail cell where this lady was tweaking out on meth, beat herself, and was trying to murder me. Honestly, I'm not kidding.
Crazy.
Because
was
I
white
have
or what?
DUI. Yeah.
See, white people are crazy.
Right?
But this,
Actually, it has nothing to do with skin color. It has to do with people as themselves.
no, you're right. You know what?
That's what I believe.
Listen, and here's the thing: is it's not about skin color. It's about your lineage, your culture, where you coming from. Because you have people of might be of the same culture or lineage that have different color skin. Two black people can have a white baby, a straight white albino baby.
Oh,
Their
yeah.
skin color is different, but they still the same. So it's not about boxing in as far as skin color. It's boxing in culture and
As far as
nationality.
who you are as a human being. That's what I believe.
Because who you are as a human being has a lot to do with your upbringing and what you went through. Now, certain people in certain cultures go through and are taught certain
And
things
in
that
my
others
point of
aren't.
view, I grew up in a really crazy way, and I developed
Russian?
my own sense of what I thought was right as a human being. I moved out at 17. I created my own home for myself. I'm 21 now. I know I look really young, but yeah, I look like a 10-year-old. Whatever, I accept that. But from the time I was 17, I've lived on my own.
But yeah, man, you just gotta figure it out. The whole thing is, you believe in Jesus, right? Now the Bible says Jesus.
I grew up Catholic.
He's a black man, though. This is the thing in the Catholic Church, because I grew up Catholic, and in the Catholic Church, this is what we see. But this isn't according to the Bible.
That's so false of the
Exactly.
truth.
And this is what we out here telling people. This is false.
Please don't shine you on that. That's the most false version of Jesus ever.
In the world, right?
Yeah.
But when you go in the Catholic Church, who's on the cross? It's that guy.
Jesus. However, Jesus said, do not unto others how I have done to you. Jesus turned back all of that.
Turn the other cheek.
Mm-hmm.
I hear
You said, do unto others as they've done unto you, right? So that's why it said, he that leadeth into
However,
captivity
Jesus, people
shall go
that
into
hurt
captivity.
Jesus, Jesus will turn his cheek. Why? Because you fight hate with hate, or you fight hate with positivity.
No, well, the thing is, you can't, basically, in Revelation 13, when we just read about he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, you can't combat hate with hate. But it's about turning the other cheek. What that has to do with is
It means don't.
It has to do with patience, though. Because, look, at the end of the day, the Bible basically tells us what goes around comes around. So at the end of the day, if you can turn the other cheek and be patient as opposed to immediately acting, what's going to happen is God is going to take care of it anyway. So it's really about being patient. That's what people don't understand about that whole thing. It's about being patient. I'll turn the other cheek because you're gonna get yours anyway.
Right. And that's
Whether
really,
I get you now or whether I get you
and that's
now.
really what we've been going into all day about how she says she believes in Jesus, but she doesn't believe in segregation. And we just been talking about the division that the Lord's been that He came to cause since camp started.
Yeah, and I didn't even think about it. We should have hit Matthew 10. Boom, he covered it.
I just went there, but I let it go because it was like, whatever.
No.
You
From
believing
the
in
time
Jesus,
I
but you don't.
was like 5 years old. I grew up in Catholic school, and every Wednesday night I'd feed the homeless. Every Saturday night I would go and
Do you keep the law, statutes, and commandments?
the 10 Commandments.
No.
The
law.
There's 613 commandments.
316
No,
commandments.
613 rather. I got it back. 613.
And more.
That's what the book of Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, and Numbers is all about.
Did
So
the
do you think-
Did
so
the
do you
Old
think
Testament
Jesus-
said that anyone that disrespected their parents should get stoned? Do you
So
believe
listen.
that?
Yeah.
So listen.
Really?
Yeah. So listen. Do you think Jesus would rather you go and feed the homeless or keep the law, statutes, and commandments?
I think that Jesus would rather you do what's right for the world and affect it in a positive way.
You're